N out of Wisconsin.
Hey, good morning, Jesse.
Hey, N.
Hey, man, how you been?
All is well. Thanks for calling.
Cool. Well, first I want to say that Bryce Mitchell Fallen State was pretty cool.
It was amazing. Bryce Mitchell
Yeah,
is the UFC fighter. And I had an
yeah,
amazing conversation with Bryce on the Fallen State last weekend. And he won his fight last Saturday. So the interview was
yeah,
last
that's great.
Friday and the fight was last Saturday. Yeah, that was amazing.
Cool. Well, I got some things going on I want to talk about.
Go ahead.
Uh, um, well, I've sent in a couple super chats, and recently I told you that I'm still living with my mom, and I'm trying to get a job.
How
And
old
I
are
took your
you?
advice. Oh, I'm 32,
Hey,
beta.
okay. And so,
But a
go
little
ahead.
background. I was 18. I was 18 and on my own for 10 years, and then I took my mom's opportunity. So, but it was a mistake. Um, I forgave him because I heard your message, and I knew in my heart that I had to. Something told me that I hated her so much, but I had to let it go. So I did. But my concern has been that I was in a fallen state when I forgave her. I was smoking weed, but I wasn't high when I did. I was in my senses, and I knew it was wrong for hating her, and I forgave her. But I'm wondering if I did that out of just fear. I think that I did it. I forgave her. I tell myself all kinds of things, and I'm wondering if I forgave her just because I was afraid of going to hell if I didn't. I don't know.
So your question is what now?
Um, well, is my mom getting in the way of perfect peace? Because I don't have a perfect peace.
Why don't you move out? I mean, why? It was a mistake to move back in there with her when she invited you in. Now that you know, why don't you move out?
Well, first step I have to get a job. See, I got fired because I was a pothead.
But why don't you go and get another job? There are a whole bunch of jobs out there.
Yes, sir. Yeah, I'm applying every day. I stopped in and dropped off my resume.
Oh, okay.
I'm calling back places, and
Okay.
it's interesting how I have to deal with all these females who are in charge of hiring. I haven't talked to a single man about a job.
I know. That's so unfortunate, man.
Um,
It really is unfortunate. But let me ask, so you forgave
um,
your mother, and are you like still getting angry when you are around her?
I stay quiet because everything that we talk about ends up being something extra that it doesn't have to be.
Right.
Um, so yeah, I called you once and you told me never ever argue with her again, and I
Yes.
never did since.
Oh, good.
Um, but she would try. She would really, really try,
I
and I just
know.
have to let her talk without, you know.
Oh, and why don't you
So that
walk
part is,
away when she tried to start an argument about something? Why don't you just walk
um,
away?
I can. I would be doing something in the house where I couldn't at the time walk away. I mean, I could, but I knew I was going to finish what I was doing, and instead of walking away, I had to stay,
Oh, okay.
there.
I got you.
Um, but
But and so
so
here's
yeah,
what I recommend. And if you give this a good try, you're gonna be fine. When you're around her, let's say you're around her, and she trying to make you start an argument or try to be nice or whatever, and if you see that anger comes up, you think and you feel it, just see it. Do nothing about it. Don't call it you. Just be conscious of it. Be aware of it, and it will be taken away from you. Stop identifying with thoughts and feelings, and then you will be made to be free from them.
right. And are we? We're not born free, are we? We're
Yeah.
born in a fallen state.
No, we're born free, but by the time your mother's done with you, you fall away from freedom into hell because you become angry like her. You can't deal with the hell that's in your mother. And the moment you become
Yeah,
angry, then you become enslaved. But the
right. I
beauty
know what that
about
feels
it,
like.
the beauty about realize you're wrong for resenting her is that God will forgive you and He'll take that spirit and those spirits away from you, and you'll be free again the way you were when you were born, first born.
Yeah. I quit weed about a month ago, and now I'm living clear.
Yes.
I like my clear head, and it's real life. I was amazed at how blind I was making myself.
Yes.
But now I know and I see that drinking and drugging, like, I have no desire, and I know that. I don't run to it anymore.
Right on.
But now my problem would be, like, the sexual desires I have. I don't go chasing women, but the thoughts I have, I don't know. I can't suppress it, and this ties into.
Well, don't suppress
Anchor
it.
Baby had a caller.
You go ahead.
He had a caller, and he said that thinking about another woman is the same thing as having sex.
Yes.
And that's not right. But Anchor Baby said that just the thought is as bad as doing it.
Right, because
having the thought of it is just as bad.
The sex is not the problem. It's thinking about it. The sex is thinking about it. That's where the problem is, because when you think about it, you've already done it, right? So when it comes now, just as you did with the smoking and all that, the drinking, you became aware of it and you lose the appetite. So when those desires come, don't call them you. Don't fight with them. Just watch them. And I promise you, they'll be taken away from you. And then,
I like your idea.
And then when you get married, if you get married, you're going to have, because you would now have control of yourself, you're going to have control of everything. Nothing will control you, and no one will be able to control you. So don't fight against the desire. Don't let the Satan tell you, oh, you're a sex addict, you're this, you're that. It's all lies. Those are demons. Those are spirits inside of you. So when that comes, just watch it. Don't fight with it. Don't call it you. And that will be taken from you as well.
Yeah, so it's because it's the wickedness of the heart, right?
No, it's because you believe the thoughts now. You have identified with the thoughts. When you forgave your mother, your heart changed from hate to love. Now your old nature will change, and you will have control over all those things. And you will stop believing thoughts.
Okay. So it's not right for me to tell myself that I'm evil if I have those sexual things on my mind, right?
No, don't tell yourself that. Don't say that. And when you say telling yourself, who are you? Who are you telling that to?
Well, that's the interesting part, is I don't know who I am, but I try to know who I'm not.
Right. So stop saying those things because there's no you to call yourself that.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's interesting trying to get a job with this new life that I'm trying to live, because I used to just be locked in my imagination. I could get a job, no problem, because I had to pretend, and now I can't pretend anymore.
Right, but you just be aware and go in there and apply for the job, show them what you can do, and you'll get a job. Don't worry about that. That'll happen naturally as well.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I got to stay present, and that's a challenge sometimes. I still do the prayer. I can have a song going in my head, and I can think different thoughts at the same time, and I still sit there with my eyes closed and try to relax through everything, and that's all I can do.
Well, just watch it all day. Practice being present. Be aware of yourself, going in and out of different rooms through doors, and just little things that if you practice being present, being aware will become normal to you, and being unaware will be abnormal to you.
Yeah, so being aware, is that okay to say? Is it okay to tell myself I'm here, I'm sitting here, or I'm driving? Like, I can't be somewhere else, so I'm right here.
Right, that's fine.
I shouldn't be telling myself.
After a while, you won't have to remind yourself of that. It'll be natural. So it's okay to, remind yourself, I'm in this room. I can see myself. I'm aware of myself. because right now you're working on yourself, and eventually it's going to be just as it was to live a life of being unconscious. It was abnormal, right? It's going to be normal to live a life of consciousness, being aware in the present, and it's going to be abnormal to live a life of unconsciousness.
Yeah, and when you said be aware of every judgment you make, even if it's for yourself, whatever sounds you make, and I was surprised at how many times
Yeah.
I caught myself judging, just amazing.
Yeah.
So
Absolutely.
yeah, man, I'll stay with it.
Yeah, stay with it, stay with it, stay with it. It will only get better. It's going to be clear. Eventually, you will have a clear mind and not a dark mind.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Yeah, I'll stay on track.
All right, buddy. Let me know how it goes.
No problem, man. Thanks to you.
You're welcome. Amazing.